Howdy, everybody. God bless you all. I do want to talk tonight. As you can see where I am, it's night here in the lovely Las Vegas. I just got off work. Not going to say where I work, but there's no markings on my shirt anyway. So I want to talk, and I got to focus on driving, so I'm kind of talking to you while I'm driving. Hopefully this doesn't get messed up. About forgiveness. In the Bible, the Lord tells us, if you don't forgive, how can you not forgive when you've been forgiven? When the Lord forgives you, how you must forgive others. That's pretty cut and dry. But it's still hard. And we were given the greatest example of forgiveness by Jesus on the cross. So we have to really follow that example. And I guess after watching Erica Kirk today, an amazing woman that she is, say publicly that she forgives the young man who shot her son and who assassinated her husband. And yes, she looked up. She looked to the Lord for strength to say those words, as most would need to. But it was genuine. And 80,000 people, 80,000 people didn't boo her. They didn't throw things at her. They didn't riot. They cheered her. And that is what being a Christian is all about, forgiveness. We were forgiven much. Therefore, we need to forgive others. And sometimes forgiveness comes in the form of, you shorted me $20, or you borrowed money and never paid me back, or you borrowed a shirt and never gave it back, or I don't know, maybe you even stole a significant other from somebody. I don't know. But sometimes forgiveness comes at the highest cost to us, like it did here, where Erica Kirk is forgiving the man who assassinated her husband. Brutally assassinated her husband in front of their small children. You cannot tell me that that's not biblical forgiveness right there. But I digress. We come from two different worlds in this country, the left and the right, because here we are okay with forgiving this young man who assassinated one of the good ones. Now, we're not saying that the judicial system should let him back on the street either. Meanwhile, the political left is crying over Jimmy Kimmel's martyrdom because he lost his show, which wasn't funny anyway. And now he's a martyr somehow for free speech. Well, my answer to that would be, Jimmy, you're still alive. Your wife still has a husband. Your children still have their father. And you're still a terrible human being, but you're forgiven. Now, forgiveness, great. Moving on to the kind of forgiveness I would think Erica was talking about. I don't think anybody wants to see this kid go free, but I also don't want to see him get the death penalty. And yes, I know Charlie Kirk was very pro-death penalty. Every video I ever saw where he was asked that, he answered he was pro-death penalty. Now, I don't want to see it, not because he probably doesn't deserve it, and he likely will get it in Utah. I want to see him go life in prison for a couple of reasons. Number one, that gives him a longer opportunity to come to the Lord, to come to know the Lord, which is super important. Number two, and really from a lesser important standpoint, if this kid is executed, he becomes a martyr for the left. He becomes their martyr. And there will be more like him. And that right there, you don't believe me? Look at some of the terrible human beings the left has turned into martyrs. George Floyd, the Michael, I forgot his name, the other kid that beat up the store clerk and got shot by a cop. I don't remember his last name, but they have turned some terrible people into martyrs. And we can't let that happen. We just can't. Life in prison, no chance of parole. Let him come to know the Lord, or suffer away his years in maximum security prison. Not to mention, from an economic standpoint, prison and life sentence is cheaper than all the appeals for a death penalty. So we forgive him. And duty note that I am a conservative because I'm a Christian. I am not a Christian because I'm a conservative. So, the values tend to intertwine in a lot of ways, but we need not forget that forgiveness is super important in our walk. And if Erica Kirk can forgive this young man, and I truly do believe she was genuine, who are we to not forgive somebody in our life? So if there's somebody out there that you've wronged or been wronged by, forgive them. Genuinely look to the Lord and forgive them. And I'll tell you, it's not so much for them, it's for you. I don't have the exact scripture off the top of my head. It was a long night at work. But the forgiveness is for you, not for them. So, you can't truly be forgiven if you can't forgive. And if you don't like and subscribe and share these videos, then I will still forgive you. Sorry, that was a terrible joke, but I would like you to like, share, and subscribe. Get me some subscribers here so I can continue to preach the gospel and spread the word, the good news, to a wider base. Folks, forgive those who have wronged you, no matter what the wronging is. No matter how hard it is, ask God, and He will help you. I love you all. God bless you. Good night. Oh, sorry, folks.